folks, what have we got in today's showbiz news, I hear asking? Well, it's a bit of music and a bit of sex. Sex, I hear you saying. I don't know what it is. People want us to know things about them. So I'm telling you, if they're telling me, I'm telling you whether you want it or not. But we'll start with music, it's weird. Before I'm recording this, I've got the old sounds of the 70s on there, the old TV, which I've recorded over the weekend. And I've just heard Slade do Take Me Back Home. And I thought to myself, it's funny that, I'm Slade on there, and I'm starting with a bit of music from the 70s here. One of my all-time favourite acts and singers, Francis Rossi. He's been in the news today. He's saying same as I've heard him say for the last 5 or 6 years. I don't know how long I've got left. Every morning I wake up, I think, how long have I got? Francis, worry not, my old son. I know you're getting on a bit now. I think he's 75, 76. Doesn't matter. I see you in that there Warrington a few months ago, like I said at the time. You're doing fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You're looking good. You're sounding even better than you look, and you do look good. You know what to guess you're 76, I'll tell you, my old son. They won't guess it from the voice. As I say, I heard old Rod over the weekend. Yeah, he might have done an hour and a half non-stop. Well, before costume changes. But he was crap. Alright, he's 4 years older than you, but 4 years ain't a lot. He was crap compared to you. You're still on point, he's not. You're doing alright, Francis. Don't worry about it. Old Mr. Rossi changed his ways completely now. No more drugs, no alcohol whatsoever. Strict fitness regime. Eats all the right foods. I read today, I never knew this, he has 1 cigarette per day. One. I think between about 5 and 6:30 every evening. I think it's a cigarette from that there America, and it's not got a lot of the chemicals that you get in the cigarettes over here. But he said it's his only vice now, 1 cigarette a day, and he looks forward to that. I never knew that. You always read something new, and I like reading new things. But Francis, you've got plenty of life in you yet. Don't you worry about that. Right, number 2. I said we're talking sex. It's sex all the way now. Sex all the way. Is it Diane Vickers, her name? What was she on? Was she on The Voice or one of those crappy shows? I don't know which one it was. She's saying she's a bit wary of looking forward to sex again after being 8 months celibate. She said, I've had 8 months celibacy and I'm close to having a dabble again, she said. But I tend to find the best sex is with myself. I thought too much info. Why do we need to know? Well, I know, so I'm telling you whether you want it or not. Kerry, my good mate Kerry could totally tell it. Well, it's not sex, but it's a couple of things that are often involved in sex, the way blokes see things. She's having a 4th boob up any time now. She was going to have a reduction. She decided not to. She wants to keep the size, but she wants to get them back. I'm doing this under here, you can't see it. She wants to get them back up there. She said they're drooping. She said they look like spaniels here. She wants to lift them back up and pack them full of stuff again. She said because she's lost 2 stone and some of it's come from the old jubilators. So she's getting them back and sorted. Now sex. We're going to end on sex. And it's sex, is it? Yeah? Male, female. You know, with trans and this, that, the other. And TV, whatever they... Well, I don't know. TVs, radios, whatever they're called. Eddie Izzard, I'll tell you what, he's not as dumb as I thought he was. I know he's a clever comedian. 1 minute he's Eddie, next minute he's Suzy, then he's Eddie, then he's Suzy. I'll tell you what, is he a meteorologist or not? Because I'll tell you what, he's picked a Suzy week this last week or so. Very, very clever. Massive heat wave. There's old Eddie in that, I think he's in that there London. Nice light blouse and a nice short skirt. Letting the air circulate, getting the most of, don't want to get too hot. It could have been Eddie. No, sorry, Suzy, he's not Eddie. He could have been Eddie this last week. Could have had the old shirt and tie on, jeans, jumper, anything, couldn't he? Could have been sweltering, man. Absolutely sweltering like I've been. But as Suzy, you get all the benefits. All the benefits. So Eddie's he's not stupid. He's not backwards and coming forwards, he's Eddie. So yes, he's been Suzy this week, and I think he's found a fantastic week to be Suzy. I think that's it. It is, that's it. Nothing else to tell you. There's nothing else happening out there. Take me back home. I heard it just on that there TV. As I say, recorded from Sounds at 70s. Now, I thought that was a later single. I thought 70s, but late 70s. It was a number 1, I think he said he's 72 or 73. I didn't think it was that early on. I think the first big hit was 'Cause I Love You. That was told you before, that was the song that got me into music. I remember it coming out. Loved it. But I thought they had all the old Squeeze Me, Please Me and all those before Take Me Back Home come out. I didn't realise Take Me Back Home was that early on in the old career. Didn't realise it at all. Anyway, he's asking old Johnny today for some thoughts from the festivals from the 70s, 80s and 90s. Pity I never heard it live. I might have sent some thoughts myself, because I've got some thoughts for him. I was there talking. This isn't well, it is showbiz. We're talking Slade. Well, you're not. I'm talking Slade. You're listening. Well, maybe you've gone now, but for the ones that still are, I was there that momentous day. I would say the most momentous day in festival history. Have you heard about it? The day that we were all Slade. Well, if you've not, I'm going to tell you. I won't remember it properly. I was there. I know I was there. I know I was in the crowd. I know it was about 10 back, maybe 12 back from the stage. Always got a good position. Reading. The Reading Rock Festival. Absolutely fantastic. I think I went 78, 79 and 80. And I think Slade were on 78 or 79. Somebody pulled out at almost the last minute. I think it was Ozzy Osbourne in his new incarnation of Blizzards of Oz. That was after he left Black Sabbath. Got together as Blizzards of Oz. And I don't think that Ozzy thought he'd had enough rehearsal time, if memory serves. He didn't want to do it anyway. The gig got offered to Slade, who really had split at that time. It weren't working well. They'd had all the hits. They'd all dried up. Your punk could come in and whatever else, and they were thinking of calling it a day. They weren't doing much together. The tours had gone from nice big theatres, not arenas as such, but big theatres, to pubs. They were playing in back bars in pubs, sometimes getting only 30 or 40 people in. It wasn't working. They were thinking of going back to day jobs. In fact, I think a couple of them maybe had. And they got offered Reading, I think about number 3 on the bill, I think it was. Initially they said no, and then a couple wanted to do it. I think Noddy was definitely one that didn't want to do it. I think he needed some convincing. And at the last minute they said, OK then, we'll do it. I think they went down in a transit, drove it themselves. I don't think they had roadies. I think they set up the gear themselves. Anyway, they came on. The field was sparse. There was number 3 and number 4 on the bill. They were out of favour a little bit with Slade. I don't think they thought they'd go down well. All of a sudden, they started off. They got a bit louder than normal and a bit faster than normal. The crowd started to turn round and come back. They were coming from the other field. They were coming from outside the arena to watch them. There was a storm coming in. People were pulling in droves. They were running back to the arena. There was dust clouds everywhere as people were running back. It was packed in the end. Absolutely packed. I think they were 3rd on the bill. And if memory serves, I think they got 3 encores. Normally 3rd on the bill, you get 1 encore or none at all. I think they got 3. If memory serves, I think I've read it since. I think Def Leppard, who were getting pretty big at the time, they just exploded into America, were number 2 on the bill. And somebody said, let Slade go after you. They said, oh, no, we're bigger than Slade now. We want to go number 2. They can go number 3. Anyway, whoever was 1, I can't think who it was. And then I think it was Def Leppard. I think Def Leppard was 2nd, and I think Slade were 3rd. Def Leppard have always said ever since, we should never have gone after Slade. We should never have gone. The crowd were absolutely knackered when they finished. They were clapped out. We were on. They were shouting, we want Slade. Halfway through our set, they were shouting for Slade, who'd gone off half an hour previous. He said, Slade just absolutely killed it that day. He said, I can't think of a band live that could have followed them. They were absolutely sensational. Well, it was an I was there moment, folks, because I was there. It's a long showbiz news, this one, isn't it? And many of you might not be interested in the story, but it's a true story. It's a great story. Can't remember what year, because my memory's crap. But I know I was there. I know they were good. They were always good. Seen them 5 or 6 times. They were good that day.